Welcome to The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. This is step number 23 along the path. Today, we'll talk about some new additions to the show this week, including the positive idea or intention of the week. And what life lessons does the universe have for you today? And finally, no matter where you go, there you are. Now, let's get started on the path for today. Hello and welcome. This is The Practical Path and its episode, or step, as I prefer to say, since we're walking the path. It's step number 23. I'm Bill Sklodowski. That's my friend and coach, guru, mentor, Vicki Wagner.
Good morning.
Good morning. Vicki of the Mountains. Maybe we could just make a t-shirt or get some merchandise going here. Like we've been comparing notes over the past 2 days that what's the temperature in Blue Ridge, Georgia right now?
I think it's probably in the low 30s. I haven't checked.
Low 30s. Yes.
Cold this weekend. Very pretty.
Oh my gosh, it's cold this weekend. And as we speak, 47 degrees as we record this in the morning in Gainesville, Florida. And for us Gators don't like cold weather. Gators are cold-blooded. They don't like cold weather like this.
I don't like the cold. Oh, excuse me. It's 35.
35. 35 degrees. So, 12 degrees difference. That's fine.
Yeah.
So, and then just to make myself feel better, I asked, Alexa, my local, you can't say it out loud because she'll talk back to me. So, yeah. So I asked my little personal digital assistant what the weather was in my old hometown of Cleveland, and she said 23 with snow, and I'm like, I feel better now.
Yeah, it's a lot warmer where you are.
Oh man.
My gosh.
I know. So anyway, I know you could care less. But I had a wonderful, quiet weekend in front of the TV on my couch watching football games. I know you don't care.
Why wouldn't I care? You're my buddy. Of course I care. You had a nice, relaxing weekend. You enjoyed your football game.
That was it. Thank you. I appreciate that. You can be that I had a nice, quiet weekend. Yeah, there you go. I was thinking we might. Speaking of which, of all the things we kind of did. Mm-hmm. For the new, and again, this is our second or third show of the new year, but new ideas come popping in all the time and all that. And I was thinking, as we start this new year, I'm curious to hear, and you and I both believe, or I'm pretty sure we do. You can tell me what exactly you believe, but we both have a strong belief in that life and what happens to us in life is it's just all there for us to learn and grow and experience and what is that all about kind of a thing. And it helps figure out how we want to live as we go.
Yes.
So for the new year, I was thinking we might start with each show with a couple of things. And one of those is lessons learned or teachable moments experienced in the past week.
Oh boy.
As we go week to week. And it's, you and I were talking before we started recording, and of course none of that's for public consumption, but I'm just curious if you have had any big lesson, that aha moment, big teachable thing that you went, somebody's trying to tell me something there. Anything in particular? Because I think we're trying to help our listeners, our friends for this show kind of tune into those things for themselves. And I'm certainly no expert on tuning into those things. A lot of times the universe or whatever takes a 2x4 to the back of my head and goes, "Hey, you paying attention here?" I'm like,
yeah.
And a few of those. I got that. Thanks. So I just thought maybe if we shared a little bit about that at the beginning of each show, that might kind of prime the pump in our listeners as well. So my question to you, Vicki Wagner, any teachable moments from the universe this week?
I feel like I finally come out of that slump from having lost, my office, last year. And it's been tough. It's been really quiet, but I'm going, look around at all that you do have, got my family, my friends, we do this program, I have things to look forward to. I've been doing a lot more reading, which I haven't been motivated to do. Been getting out more, even though it's snowing, but getting out more and enjoying nature more and being grateful for the beautiful place that I do live in. And,
Mhm.
I have a beautiful home and I've got a great husband and I got my dog and my kids, are different places. I wish I had them near. But
Right.
I'm looking more towards, look at all that I have versus what I'm missing.
Hmm.
So I feel like kind of came around the corner on that one. And
Awesome.
yeah,
Awesome.
I feel
Because
like,
I know we've talked about that, and that's
yeah,
been a frustration and a challenge for you about.
yeah,
I do want to notice, but I do want to point out that, boy, you're going to score big points because you put husband before dog.
I did, didn't
You
I?
did. Yeah. Yeah. Normally, of course, we all know that, Max, who, the king of the house there,
Oh, yeah,
Mr. Max, the dog, pretty much run, and he's, he's first in everybody's head. It's his house and you just live there.
yeah.
But you did put your husband before the dog this time.
I
So
did.
Mr. Rick
Yeah,
will appreciate that. So,
he's been really supportive and encouraging, and
good.
we've been doing a lot of just little fun little day trips and stuff like that. So, yeah, he knows that it's been very difficult on me. So
Right.
I feel that's my big win is like I said, I kind of turned the corner and
Awesome.
it feels so much better. It
Yeah,
took a
that's great. That's great.
while,
That's
but
great.
I did.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah,
Thank you.
I mean, literally in the past 24 hours, this is something I'll share a little bit about this. Now, I don't want to get into the weeds with it too much, but I did
Right?
have an opportunity. You can think this is like, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever, or, well, not the worst thing ever, but you can think, oh my God, what a pain in the butt this is. What a terrible time I'm having. Or you can think opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So I prefer to turn it. Isn't that, I just had a sidebar note there. It isn't like in Japanese or Chinese, the fan character that, they have the character that means a word. One character means a whole word
Yep.
or something. And again, I'm
Right.
going to mess this up, so I apologize. And feel free to write the show or post it on our Facebook page. Either the Japanese or the Chinese character for chaos is the
Oh.
same as opportunity.
Oh.
Or super
Interesting.
something. There's
Okay.
something in there, and I'll have to look it up because now I've, probably thousands of people have gone, no, Bill, you're wrong, it's this. Steer back to my teachable moment for the week, which was the opportunity to express my boundaries to someone
Yeah.
in a way that at the moment I'm sure that someone was not happy to experience with me.
Hmm.
And yet I came away from it going, oh, that feels good. That feels.
Yes.
There's a commercial out there for a company that sells beds and mattresses, mattress firm. They're
Oh.
everywhere,
Mhm. Yes.
and they have these commercials now that people are doing less than cool things. People are doing some rude things occasionally, and somebody in the commercial will go, "How do you sleep at night?" And they're like, "On a bed from Mattress Firm, thank you." And so that was me. Somebody would say, "Boy, you told somebody off." Well, not really. Well, how do you sleep at night? Actually, last night I slept very well, thank you. having
That's wonderful.
having the ability to express myself,
Yes.
tell someone this doesn't work for me. Not
Right.
again. And I choose to believe that I did it in a way that was not like, you're an idiot. I'm right, you're wrong. No, I just said this doesn't work for me. Can we
Right.
do it a different way?
Yes.
And when that didn't really come around, I exited the conversation.
Yes. Well, it- what you did is you made a statement
Right.
and a
There's a
statement.
good point. You
Yeah.
say more about that. It's not the matter of, and I'm going to let you finish this because you're the expert on this. But to my mind, it's not a matter of I'm telling you you're an idiot, you're wrong, I'm right, or whatever. Like you said, it is, and there's the key words, make a statement. What does that mean?
Well, to me, when you make a statement, it's kind of like there it is in black and white. Whatever, however you want to take it, that's up to you. Yet you did it with integrity. You did it by respecting yourself and you respected the other person. And you set a boundary.
Right,
You said, Here's my line in the sand."
right.
It's like it or not, that's your choice. This is what I feel is best for me. and you're taking care of yourself. You're loving yourself. You're respecting yourself, and you're respecting the other person by saying a statement.
Right.
Instead of getting into an argument or, getting ugly or anything, it's like, here it is. What do you want to do?
Right.
I know what I'm going to do with it. Whatever you do with it, that's your choice. But this is for me.
Love that. And that's, I think, a good little teachable moment for all of our friends out
Oh,
there in
yeah,
podcast
definitely.
land, that it's more than allowed. Bill and Vicki are going to encourage you, if there's something in your life that you need to set a boundary for, that that
Yeah,
you're getting something from someone or something. And now, of course, obviously that doesn't work everywhere. When you go to the DMV, when you go to the driver's license bureau, you're still going to wait in line, and it's still going to be their game and all. I get it. It's like,
right.
this doesn't work for me. Tough. Sit down.
Oh, this is what you got.
But I'm saying that between two people,
Right.
or between a group of people involved, it's like, this works for me, this does not.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be a jerk about it.
Oh,
You can just tell, like you said, make a statement
yeah.
to tell someone or people or whatever, that this is how far I'm willing to go with this
Yeah.
relationship, this conversation, this meal, this whatever.
Whatever it is. Yes.
Then, of course, the hard work is what happens when somebody tries to step over that boundary. Of course, I mean, saying it is one thing, doing something, taking the action to enforce it might be difficult, challenging, shall we?
Well, lots of times it's okay to just walk away.
Right, right.
Mhm.
And I mean, I wasn't physically in the presence of a different person last
Right.
night, but I did nicely say,
Mhm.
the conversation is over, good night, and I hung up the phone.
That's walking away. Here's my
That is
statement.
walking away. Yes,
And
digitally speaking.
well, digitally speaking,
I
energetically
know.
speaking.
Right,
But you said, here's my line in the sand, here's my boundary, have a good evening, goodbye.
right,
Whatever they do with it, they can do with it. Looking at,
right,
so you can look in the mirror at yourself and go, you know what? I've been my own best friend. I've taken care of me. I love me. I respect me, and I'm honoring myself. I hope that person, figures it out, and it's a perfect, lesson for them too.
right,
Whatever they do with it, that's up to them. You've done what you needed to do.
right, right.
Mostly because you're honoring, loving, and respecting yourself.
I I know we close the show and we're nowhere near closing the show. We close the show every week with Vicki saying, "Be your own best friend," and I
Yes.
really think that shows up in so many different ways of
Um,
dealing with life and people and yourself and all of that stuff. And I
Oh,
think it's
yes.
really going to be a good, as we move forward into the new year. I think that's just going to grow and grow. That we're going to
Yeah.
continue to show our friends, our listeners, that you can do it, and here's some of the ways you do that, and the benefits of it are huge, humongous.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So anyway, those were our teachable moments for the week. If you had
Yes.
teachable moments and you'd like to share them, feel free to head over to the Facebook page at the Practical Path Podcast. Easy for me to say. It must be cold. My tongue is frozen. The Practical Path Podcast on Facebook. You can just do a search for it. The Practical Path Podcast. You'll find us. Anyway, that's cool. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for that. So
Welcome.
one of the other things that I thought we might start incorporating the show, and they're kind of related. They kind of go back and forth either way, from
Mhm.
our lessons or teachable moments. And then what is somebody, find another little idea out there that might help with that, or in a different way or whatever. And I came across this bumper sticker, and I'm going to have to put it on our Facebook, and I might just have to start living by it. So the thought for the week, the
I
thought
like
for
it.
Practical Path, step number 23 is the following, and I quote, I feel a preacher standing at the pulpit. Turn your books to chapter 17, verse 4. the quote for the week is, "This too shall pass. It might pass like a kidney stone, but this too shall pass."
Leave it to you to find that one. But it's a
I
good
just did a I just did a little Google search and there it was.
it's a good
Yes.
one. Yeah, because the kidney
This
stone
too,
is
because everybody said, I mean, that's in the Bible, isn't it? This too shall pass, which means what? To me, that means nothing is permanent. Nothing is here forever.
no,
Everything changes. You
everything's
know?
changing
Yeah,
constantly. That the only constant is change. I think isn't that a
exactly.
quote? Yeah.
It is. It is I'm not sure if that's a Wayne Dyer, but it might be, but it might have been from way before him. But yes,
Hmm.
everything. The only thing that is constant is change. We used to
Yep.
say. Speaking of, I mentioned my old hometown of Cleveland before. We used to say,
Yeah.
like the weather. Wait 15 minutes. It will be different. It will.
Yes.
So, but
Yeah.
this too shall pass. It might, for those who don't know, passing a kidney stone is one of life's truly painful experiences. So I'm told. Here, this is Bill knocking on wood, and hoping that he never has to experience that.
Yes.
Um, but I'm told it's quite painful. Right up there with childbirth, which is
I
another
was
thing I've knocking on wood never experienced.
That's what I was thinking. Childbirth. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So, so again, the point is everything changes. Nothing is permanent. If you're
Yeah.
going, if you're having a tough time, it's going to change. It's going to pass. Now, might be some work to do in the act of the passing.
Yes.
Trying to make this as non-painful as possible, but you might have some work to do. There might be some
Oh,
things that
yes.
need to be taken care of first, right?
Hmm. Yes,
So
definitely. Yeah.
yeah,
Every
wasn't it,
Well,
no, go ahead.
no, I was just going to say everything's about learning and growing, evolving, and like we said, the only thing that's constant is change. It's always
Right,
change. We
right,
never know what's going to come up. It's how do you deal with it? How do you manage it? How do you enjoy it? You know, because change, lots of times there's good things come from change,
right,
you know. And I do feel even in the darkest moment, there is light in it. So, and I've had quite a few dark moments where I thought, oh my God, I'm never going to get out of this. Yet all of a sudden there's a little bit of light that grows and grows and grows as you shift your perspective over it.
right, right. And as one of the founding grandmothers of this whole personal development thing might say, Louise Hay, I'm thinking of Louise Hay.
Yes. Yep.
In every moment, me, the reader, our listeners, everybody,
Hmm.
you have the ability to decide how you are going to respond to this thing that's happening, and
Yes.
what you're going to, like you said, what you're going to focus on, what you're going to choose to. I'm looking at this part. Yes, this whole situation sucks. Let's say, I'm just
Yeah.
making this up. This situation sucks. Okay, I can see one little area here where if I work on that thing, it will make it better. It will, or at least get me through it and past it in a
Right.
way that doesn't add more gray hair or, more stomach ulcers or whatever. So then Louise Hay's teaching would say, okay, let's focus on that thing, on
Mhm.
that aspect or whatever, because, and we mentioned our old friend Wayne Dyer as well, and I know that
Yeah.
it's his line that he said, whatever you focus on, that's what grows. That's, where your
Oh,
attention goes, energy flows. Sorry
yes.
for the cliche, but it's true.
It's true. And
Yeah,
we're manifesting all the time. We got to focus on what do we want to manifest?
right,
How do we, even if it's a dark moment, focusing on that little bit of light. And when you focus on it, you manifest a new beginning, a new
right,
hope, a new opportunity.
right. And it might totally come from left field. It might totally be
Oh.
like, oh, I never thought that might have.
Mhm.
Be open to that possibility. Be aware that stuff is going to come to you from the weirdest, strangest places. I mean, you don't have to turn over every rock, but be open to possibilities, I guess, is our
Yes.
part of that thinking process there that it's like, I've been doing it this way and I'm going to keep doing it this way. Well, no, how about if we
Just
changed it up a little bit? How about if we tried something different, you know?
if it's 1 or 2 degrees, if you just get that little inkling to go, okay, let me just put my toe in the water, and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at it as you're still moving forward, you're still open to possibilities.
Right.
And to me, I know I love to say is fine, there's a gift in everything. There
Right.
truly, and I've lived through a lot and I've always found the gift in it. And
And
that's why
that's, I think, another one of the key building blocks or foundational stones or whatever you want to call it of this whole podcast, and that is that that you change anything, anywhere, anytime by just what you focus on, what you manifest in
yes.
life. For those who
Mhm.
don't know, manifest, bring into reality, create in. You
Yes.
don't have. You're not doing the creating, but you are calling it forth, kind of a thing. Almost like a
Yes.
magic spell, right? But
Oh, yeah.
because I
Yeah.
know I'm going to get some people who are like, "Oh, magic, really? Come on, that's no, no, no. It's don't worry about the words too much
Yeah.
here,
It's the
But
energy that you put into it.
right, right.
Yeah.
I I
Mhm.
I, I plant, I plant seeds in my flower bed out in front,
Oh,
and with a little sunshine and a little rain and a little whatever, they manifest into flowers, right? I mean,
yes.
I
Yep.
would say that's a good way to talk about that.
Yep.
I don't have to do anything. Nature, God, whatever the spirit you choose to believe in, does the work of, okay, we're going to turn this seed into flowers, into a tree, into a whatever, into a strawberry. Doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Well, you said you didn't do anything. You know what you did? You planted the seed.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
You actually did put the action into it. Now the universe goes, oh, you took that first step. Here, let us help you.
Right.
Okay. So
There you go.
we have to take, responsibility. We have to, take the honor of what we're doing, the respect, that we're putting into everything. So we have to be our own best friend and be our own best cheerleader to go, hey, you know what? You planted the seed. Look what you're going to create for all the people that, for you, but for all the people that are going to walk by your place.
Right.
So what we do for ourselves, we're doing for millions of people we're never going to meet
Right.
because that
Right.
energy is going to flow out there.
So, yes. So it is up to us. It is our responsibility that even in those dark times, challenging times, whatever,
Yeah,
that if it is our goal to get through it, get past it, turn, lemons into lemonade kind of a thing,
right.
that, yeah, you can't sit back and say, universe, please, change this for me. No, you have to take a couple of steps here and there. You have to kind of meet them halfway. It doesn't even really have to be halfway. You just have to get the ball rolling.
Get the
Get the
ball rolling.
snowball, since we're in the winter, get the ball started rolling downhill and
Yeah,
let it grow as it goes.
right.
Yes. So, yeah.
Mhm.
And again, most of our, I would say, challenges in life nowadays, they're not really the thing. They're not physical things. Sometimes they are. I get it. But most of
Right.
the time it's like, this situation sucks or what, this is bad or whatever, this job, this relationship, this whatever is, causing me trouble. All right. I want to, I can focus on how much it is awful or sucks or whatever. Or like Vicki just said, I can find the one thing or the one lesson or the one teachable moment in it
Mhm.
that lets me focus on that, and then, okay, that little piece there is going to grow, and just like the
Right.
seed in the ground, that little thing is going to grow and
Yeah.
hopefully show you a different or better way or whatever to do or to be or to. It sounds like a Frank Sinatra song, doobie doobie doo. So I'm dating myself big time, but yeah. So
And
so
and then,
yes.
yeah, and I was just going to say another good way to help manifest is to write things down, or
Mm,
draw, make a little drawing or, whatever, cut images out of magazines because and
mm.
put it somewhere where even though maybe, you're having breakfast or you're getting dressed, your subconscious is still focusing on that goal that you want to attain. So
Okay.
put it somewhere.
So what would I write? And I mean, I have an idea
Well,
on that, but I want to hear it from you. What am I putting to words? How do I best phrase that so it's reminding me?
Well, what is it that you want to manifest? Let's say you want a new job. Okay,
Right.
let's say. Okay, what is it that you would want in that job? You want, a good, leader,
Right. A
you
nice
want
boss, a nice work
a good
environment,
boss,
more money, more
yeah,
benefit, all
more
that good stuff.
money,
Yeah.
opportunity, because I've got this with this, I can go travel, I can, be with my family, whatever. So writing it down and always making it positive. Okay. You can't say, well, I don't want this. Well, guess
Right.
what? The subconscious doesn't recognize negatives. It
Right.
only
Correct.
recognizes positive. So you have to be very particular about what is it that you truly want to manifest. Because if you write, I don't want this, the don't is going to drop, and what you don't want is going to manifest, if that makes sense. Okay.
Right.
So make it
Correct.
really strong, really firm. Like I said, images out of magazines, because the mind, is going to focus on, oh, look, like you want to go to the beach. Well, there's the beach, and there's an umbrella and there's, the sand and
Right.
everything. So it's constantly looking at that to go, oh, you want to manifest this. Okay, well, let's help you. And like I said, if you want a different job, what is it you want in that job? You want a relationship. What do you want in the relationship? And again, keep out the negative, because if you put the negative in, you're going to manifest it.
Right.
So be
Right.
really specific. And like I said, just paste, we all brush our teeth in the morning, wash our face, put it on your bathroom mirror. So even though you're brushing your teeth and washing your face and getting ready for work, your subconscious is focusing on that. It's not focusing on brushing your teeth. It's focusing on what you want to manifest.
There you go. There you go. So there's probably a whole nother show in that subconscious thing, but that's weird but true, isn't it? That your subconscious doesn't know, I shouldn't say doesn't, only recognizes that, because I was going to say a negative. Your subconscious does not recognize negatives, and I just said a negative. But it's true that you can't tell yourself, I don't want, and I've talked to people like that in the spiritual, quote unquote, business, the spiritual business, where I will, in a group or in a meditation or in a talk, conversation group or somebody, they will say, well, I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want. I'm like, okay, you're great at telling me what you don't want. I could do that all day long. What
Sure.
do you want?
Yes.
What does that look like? Because I, there's something about the human brain that is, well, I know what it is because I was in that business, but
Right.
there's something about the human brain. Consciously, we think about the don'ts,
Oh,
because
yeah.
that, I think, and I don't know if that's an ego thing or whatever. I'm kind of getting off the path a little bit here, but your brain thinks about the don'ts because that keeps you safe. That's
Mhm.
like, oh, don't go there, don't step on that, don't say that, don't do that, don't eat that. It keeps you safe. Okay, good. That's fine.
Mhm.
But your subconscious doesn't know that for some
No.
reason. And that's a wiring thing. That's
Well, we're taught that, oh,
yeah,
don't do this, don't do that.
right,
Instead of
right,
saying, hey, why don't you, go around this way? Or, how about, you reach for this
right,
instead, or you think about this. So
right,
always building, always growing, always evolving.
right. So the important thing, the positive things, are the stuff that we kind of keep feeding into there. So again, to go back to your idea of either using pictures. Pictures are easy because, like you
Oh,
said, I
yeah.
can cut out pictures of the new car or the beach or the new house or the what. That's awesome. I can do that and put that up somewhere where I can see it. If you're going to write it out, like you said,
Mhm.
positively, you want to say it in a positive way, and it's like,
Absolutely.
yeah. And you've heard that before. You've heard people talk about intentions and all of that sort of thing before. And I know it sounds hokey. I know it does. Stop telling me it sounds hokey because I know it is, but it works. Damn it! If I
I don't think it's hokey. I think
I
it's
know you
good.
don't.
be.
I'm so happy I have a great new relationship. I'm so thrilled to have this fabulous new job that pays me more money and is less of a drive than my old one was. Be as
Exactly.
specific as you can, as
Yes.
you want to, as you
Yes.
can think of.
Yep.
And guess what? The stuff that you pay attention to, again, thank you, Wayne Dyer, where attention goes, energy flows. I'm paying
Yes.
attention to the fact
Mhm.
that I have this new job that pays more and it's less of a drive. It's closer to home.
Right.
Positive statements. I don't want to
Right.
say I drive less. Oh, it's closer to home,
Right.
pays more,
Safe,
and has great
safe
people.
time. Yeah. Great people. You're
Right,
surrounded by all these supportive people,
right,
all this supportive
right,
energy.
right. Now,
Absolutely.
it doesn't show up tomorrow.
Well, and sometimes what we're focusing on may have a little bit of a twist and give us
Right,
something a little different than what we thought we were going to manifest. And there's your gift. So it's
right.
okay,
I and
just be
again going
open.
back, yep, be open to possibilities that are bigger, better. Because and again, and I don't know if you taught me this or if I learned it in some other meditation group or a book or whatever, that somebody would always say, when you're doing that thing, when you're writing that thing down, you know, I'm so happy I have this great new job that's closer to home or what. That would be hard to work. But there are many opportunities where you can say something like, this is what I'm getting or better. That's
Yes.
the or even cooler than that or whatever. It's like awesome. Yeah.
And what I love is being open to surprises. When
Right.
something just happens to pop up, it's like, wow, that is so cool. I
Right.
swear at 71, I swear I'm more like 12 or 13 years old.
It's all right.
Because every little thing that happens, it's like, wow, that was so cool. Or, oh, look at that butterfly, or, that. And so leaving yourself open to be like the little kids. Kids are always like, wow, that's so cool. So when
Yeah.
you've got that child energy and that outlook of, everything's new and all these new opportunities come and, all these fun things that happens, that manifests more and more because sometimes as we get older, we get a little bit cranky, we kind of ache and, we get,
Really?
grouchy. Yeah, well, once in a while I do. But
I've
so
noticed.
looking at, yeah, well, this weekend, but looking at that from the eyes of being a child is always open to new beginnings because they're young, they haven't experienced everything. So it's having that feeling of being the kid of, wow, what's next?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
More and more and more of that comes. So
It's
that's good.
it it's always yeah, it is. It's always so interesting to me that you talk to well, adults. Let's put the word out there.
For
You talk
adult.
to adults, it's like, oh, that never happens anymore. Well, it did when you were a kid. It did. You
Yeah.
were amazed by, like you said, the beach or butterflies or the sunset or the
Oh,
whatever,
yeah.
and that hasn't changed. Butterflies have been butterflies for a few million years. The sunset has been around for a few billion years.
I
That
think so.
changed. Okay, that only leaves one thing that might have changed, and that would be, oh, I don't know, you.
Hmm.
And again, I don't want to, you don't want to be cruel to yourself or to other people, or you don't want to be mean about it, but you might want, as my friend Dr. Ed, shout out to Dr. Ed, would say, this might be an opportunity to make a different decision. To
Yes.
say, okay,
Yes.
today I'm going to notice stuff.
Yeah. Be aware.
If I'm out walking the dog or riding my bike or, I'm out, for yours truly, it's out I'm playing pickleball a couple of times a week or whatever. I'm going to
Right.
notice more things or I'm going to talk to somebody different or whatever
Yeah.
rather than being in my little bubble,
Oh,
which
yeah.
not much happens inside the bubble. Sorry. So
Yeah. Yeah. And just get out there and live life because it goes really, really fast. So make the
Ferris
best
Bueller
of
said that,
every.
I think. Boy, I have so many old references to old movies and songs. Today is the day for that, I guess. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. You gotta live every day because life comes at you pretty fast.
It does. And that's one of the things of that I like to do is, okay, what am I going to do today? What fun can I have? What can I create? because I love to create things. You know, how can I make it today the best day that I got? This is what I got here right now. You
Right.
know, the future, who knows? But for here right now, we have
Right.
this opportunity to be a child to the wonders of everything that's around us.
And again, if that challenges you, if the childhood
Mhm,
thing challenges you, and I get it, it can, I understand. But what I'm going to
mhm.
say is, you don't have to give it a label other than saying I'm going to be open to seeing what life brings me today.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And and go from that and
yeah,
have fun with that rather than
absolutely.
being,
And that's a big,
stuck in my little, again, bubble. Yeah.
yeah, and that's a big part of it is just having fun, being
Right.
open, exploring, just allowing.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I love that. And with that, I think we're going to take our quick break here because I don't know about you, but my coffee needs refilling. So uh, let's take a break. And we've got plenty more to talk about. We'll do that right after this, but we will be right back. Hey, it's Bill stepping out of the studio for a quick second. On the podcast, one of the things we talk about a lot is motivation, the desire to get things done in life. It might be physical stuff, losing a few pounds, getting a better job, finding a great relationship. Or it might be more of what I like to call internal things, finding ways to feel better about yourself or life in general. Well, to help our listeners along that particular path, we've prepared a helpful, simple guide for personal motivation. It's called Flipping the Switch: How to Create Motivation at a Moment's Notice. I'd like to send you a free copy, along with some other special bonus goodies. Bonus, you say? Well, yes, kind of an unadvertised in-store special. What is it? Well, you'll just have to find out for yourself. So, do this. Head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com. Yep, the same name as the podcast itself. Put in your email and we'll immediately send you to the free download. We'll also let you know about upcoming podcast episodes and other behind-the-scenes information. Again, just head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com, and get your free guide to boosting your personal motivation. I'm sure you'll find it helpful and, dare I say, practical. Now, back to the show. Welcome back. This is The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. I'm Bill Sklanowski. That's Vicki Wagner. Coffees have been refilled. Well, mine has, so I'll do better.
Wake up.
You're fine. You're fine all the time. So if you would like to get in touch, we haven't done that. If you'd like to get in touch, surf over to our Facebook page, which is The Practical Path Podcast. You have to kind of use the whole thing, the whole phrase, The Practical Path Podcast. If you just search for that on Facebook, you'll find our page. But more importantly, if you're interested in chatting with Vicki for a personal session, how would I get in touch with you if I were wanting to do that?
Well, you can call me or text at 239-248-0586 or email me at Vicki, Vicki, Wagner, Wagoner, 53 @gmail.com.
There you go. And by the way, I don't get any fancy phone number as her best friend. I don't get any personal phone number or anything. I have to use those phone numbers just like everybody else. So I was trying to make it sound important there or something. I don't know. And of course, and Vicki will be reminding me in a split second, so I'll head her off on that one. I'll say you can always go to yours truly's YouTube channel and just do a search for Bill's iPhone tips. Hashtag, I'm making that hashtag sign as the kids do.
Yes.
Hashtag Bill's iPhone tips, and you'll find my videos. And more of those are coming this week, by the way. That's
Oh, good.
myself making a promise to you, and you're my accountability partner. I just thought of that, doggone it. You were supposed to ask me about what?
The pizza.
Frozen pizza. Last week we had a big discussion about, and I don't know how the heck we got onto the subject, but we started this discussion about I bought a 3-pack of frozen pizzas at Sam's Club, and they were awful. They were, I mean, you got to eat one to find out, right? They're terrible. And so somebody, I'm not saying who, Vicky Wagner, but somebody said probably get rid of the other ones and throw them away. So, in the interest of full and fair reporting, because I was a reporter, and I don't know, that always just sounded so cool. In the interest of full and fair reporting, which means I'm telling you the truth. I ate
Hmm.
one and I threw away the other.
Okay, well, you got at least through one way.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And just in my own defense, I heavily doctored the second one, put some extra cheese on it and some extra goodies
Oh,
on it. So it was fractionally better, but I ate it and I still went, yeah, I'm absolutely throwing the other one away. So I
okay,
did.
good.
So I just want
Uh,
to be I
You
just want
know,
to be upfront with our listeners and with you and you know all that accountability stuff there. It matters.
accountable.
So I threw away the other pizza. And it was hard. Believe me.
Oh,
It's
I know.
especially for me who and I'm not saying I'm cheap. I prefer frugal, but I'm not saying you know, like your mother always used to tell you, eat that because there are kids starving in some long forgotten place. And by
Yep.
the way, young people, if you haven't heard that in your life, you're truly missing out on one of life's great experiences. Young kids today may not have heard that, but we sure as hell did because our
Uh,
parents came up at the end of World War II when there was
yeah.
scarcities of everything. And by God, if I made this tuna casserole, you're going to eat this tuna casserole for dinner
Oh, yeah. And enjoy it.
and enjoy. That's right.
Whatever that meant. Ugh.
Whatever that. So anyway, that's a whole other tangent.
Oh
But
my
for
gosh,
me,
that's
I
so
have a
funny.
hard time throwing away stuff that I see still has life or use left in it.
I do too,
And
because I was
I
raised the same way.
I'm
Yeah.
terrible with that. I'm not going to say terrible. I'm going to say it's a strong bit of subconscious program. Here we go with the
Oh, yeah.
subconscious again. That
Yep.
it's like you don't throw away food. You don't. It's and literally I struggled with it and then trash was going out. Oh, I don't know, Friday night or something, and I'm like, the hell with it. I just took it out of the freezer
Oh.
and I snapped it in half and I put it in the
Oh.
trash can and out it went. So yeah, it was like
Well, the other one was think of the starving children in China.
that's it. Starving children. Yeah, that's the one. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
And
God, that was like, oh my God,
I
I gotta
I
eat, you know. Ugh.
and yeah, you got it. I guess so. I got it. So you're making yeah, and I would always say, well, send this to them, and it's like
Oh,
that never went
that,
over really well. Yeah, that never
yeah.
went over well.
Oh, that's a tough one.
So anyway, I just wanted to finish that thought. One other thought that I would like to. I don't know if we'll ever finish it, but we've been talking, and you and I have talked about this both on the show and privately. And and I've been here in this apartment in Gainesville, Florida for coming up on 3 years now.
Wow, really?
And yeah, I know, crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think
fast.
it's 3 years. I
Yeah,
think. I don't anyway, that's
yeah,
not important.
seems
What is
right.
important is the fact that after 3 years or after whatever length of time it is, I'm starting to feel the itch again to go somewhere else.
Okay.
And I put that label on it as wanderlust, as like I like seeing new places and all of that.
Oh,
And
sure.
right, you and I have talked about it, and I've talked about it with other friends who are like, "Oh, you could come back." I mean, and literally wherever I have friends, they are like, "Oh, you could come here." You
Oh,
know,
George is
so my
good.
friend the Wagners, so my Wagner, like, "Oh, Northern Georgia is nice," and my friend back in Tampa says, you know, you lived in Clearwater for a couple of years, you could come back here." And my friends in Sarasota, like, "You could come back here," you know, in Southwest Florida. And I've talked to our mutual friend, you know, BJ Odom,
Mhm.
my old Jack buddy, and he's like, "Oh,
Yep.
you could come where I'm living," and you know, he lives near Orlando and all that. And I'm like, "All right, cool, I get it, I understand. My options as a single man with no baggage, I had you know kids, no pets, no whatever. I live in a comfortable, small but comfortable for me 1 bedroom apartment. I could move anywhere, anytime, any.
Oh,
And
sure.
yet, so now here's the important thing. I feel that desire to try somewhere new,
Mhm.
and I'm starting now to ask myself why. Why do I feel that way? Why do I? after a while start to get that itch. And I know a
Mm,
part of it, and I'll just throw this out there. So, you kind of know this story, but anyway, when I was a kid, we moved around. I'm not going to say a lot, but we moved several times cross
mm.
country when I was a child.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, starting in fifth grade, we
Oh,
moved across
yeah.
country. We moved for my father's job because that's
Mhm.
there. Believe it or not, folks, there was a time when people worked the same job, the same career for 20 or 30 years. And when the company told you they needed you in Philadelphia, you moved to New Jersey across the bridge, Cleveland,
Right.
or to Texas, or to whatever. And I've done all of that.
Mm.
Folks, it's hard to imagine that that's the way it worked, but it was. And one of those moves was in the middle of high school with
Oh,
good
oh,
friends and first girlfriend and all that. And oh, by the way, tomorrow we're, at the dinner table, dad announces we're moving again.
oh, boy.
So I feel as though I've never had a settled sense of this is my place, this physical place.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm thinking that that's part of where this itch comes from. That every few years I'm like, yeah, it's time to go somewhere new. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. For me, I feel a positive positivity. That's the word. I feel a positivity about it for myself at this stage of life.
Yes.
I have the freedom to go anywhere. I'd like to see new places in the world, or, at least to where I
Yes.
live. I'm not going to live in, London or whatever. I'm around the country, around this country. For those of you listening around the world, thank you very much, but, not going to live there anytime soon. So anyway, this is a long, long story to get to the point of I'm still not 100% sure why no one particular place is the thing, my place, whatever. And my friend Vicki there has said, well, you could stay where you're at and then just travel to other places. And I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking I'm trying to kind of reprogram that part of my brain to think that's probably the better way to do it. And I'll just say one more thing, and I'd love to hear what you have to say on this because, and I don't know if it was an old cartoon or a bumper sticker, another one of those crazy bumper stickers that says, no matter where you go, there you are,
Hmm.
right?
Yes.
I could move to Alaska, and for somebody who hates the cold, I'm going to tell you right now that's not
I was
happening.
just going to say
I
you're
could
not
move to
going.
Alaska, but I'm still me. I'm still the person
Yes.
that I am, and that's where I'm going, and that's the person that's going to that place. So I think I'm finally recognizing that the place itself is not that important, or
Yeah.
it doesn't who you are. How's that?
Well, and that's important. What's true to you? What makes you feel good? It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter if, Susie next door says, oh, well, why are you moving? You got this nice place. You should stay here. No, it's what is your comfort zone? What makes you
Right.
happy? If you like adventures, you know, you're single, you don't have kids, you date, but there's all kinds of, women out there that you can date with, you know.
Not so much. I got to tell you, by the way, not so much. But that's another story for
Well,
another day.
okay. Well, being married for over almost 45 years,
Right.
but the thing is what makes you happy?
Right.
What feels good to you? And, yes, you have a home, an apartment, I call it a home,
Sure.
and you're comfortable, you've got things nearby.
Yes.
Yet it's okay for you to go, I'm more interested in seeing things, exploring, trying different things. You're still going to be doing the same job. You still,
Right.
could, do your computer, work and you're
Yep.
amazing at
Yep.
it. Um, so you're fortunate that wherever you go, there you are. And your job is with you, you know.
Right.
So I think it's okay, if you want to go out exploring and try something different, go for it.
I'm modifying. I think I am. I'm not. I believe me. I've made no final decisions about this. Hell, I make final decisions about almost nothing. Uh, but yes, you texted me something a week ago or whatever that's kind of stuck with me, and I mean it's not anything earth shattering, but it's pointing out the obvious, and that is that I could stay here where I'm at,
Hmm.
my lovely little apartment in, quaint little Gainesville, Florida. Go Gators. I could stay here or live here and use this as my base of operations, whatever you
Right?
choose to call it, and then
Yep.
travel and visit and do other things
Yeah.
as they come along. And yeah, I think I'm leaning more in that direction because I do realize that I could move anywhere, but
Right.
what's the point? What's the
Right.
and I thought it through a little bit. Okay, Bill, I'm in a new place. I experience that new place and that new thing and see how it's going and all of that and meet new people and blah 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 blah. Well, I don't have to move there to do that.
Right.
If I wanted to, and if I wanted to spend extended amounts of time,
Hmm.
I rent a cabin in the Blue Ridge Mountains, so I'm close to my friends, the Wagners, or I rent a house or an apartment. Not even that. I do an Airbnb for a month in Dallas,
Yeah.
Texas. So if I'm near my old buddy and college roommate who keeps saying I need to come and visit, whatever. Or
Right. Yep.
my niece and my nephew, and one's in California, one's in Oregon. I'd love to spend more
Yeah.
time with them rather than just go there for 3 or 4 days and it's like, oh, I got to get on a plane and go home. No, I just
Right.
pack up my car and go and find a place to stay for an extended time. Oh
Yep.
yeah, is it going to take money? Of course, it's going to take a few dollars. We'll manifest the money. That's not a problem. So anyway, that's kind of my thinking is evolving a little bit about that, and I
Okay.
don't know what the lesson is there for if there's a teachable moment in that for anybody else, but I think it might be that if you're unsatisfied with where you're at, I mean physically or whatever, yes, you can, and this kind of relates to what we talked about at the beginning of the show about choosing the thing that you want to focus on and the choosing the good part of whatever it is you're doing and let that grow.
Hmm.
Yeah, and do that here, literally, with where I live right now, kind of, grow my network of friends and my activities and stuff here where I'm at,
Right.
but also knowing that when the summertime comes and Florida is too darn hot, I can go to the mountains or I can go to go up north and visit family in Ohio or whatever, whatever. And that's it's growing on me. Let me just put it that way.
Okay.
The idea is growing on me. What's the
All
spiritual
right.
lesson in there? Exactly what I said. Find something to focus on that works, let that grow and see how it goes. So,
Right.
anyway,
Yep.
I've
So
been
the
talking way too much. What does that sound like for you?
Well, the other thing, is like I said, stay there, you're comfortable, but
Right,
if you have that wanderlust feeling of, wanting to see different things and you can financially carry both if it's comfortable, then go
Mhm.
for it.
Right,
That's my only
right,
concern. Are you going to be financially,
right.
stable? Will you be able to manage, because, renting gets a little expensive, but it
Especially
also
twice.
offers, pardon?
Especially if you're doing it with an apartment in Gainesville and an apartment somewhere for a month
Oh, yeah.
somewhere else. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, if you can do that, maybe one, hopefully, 2, 3, 4 times a year,
Right.
and you
Right.
you comfortably can afford to do that, because, if you're going to go somewhere, you're going to be eating somewhere anyway. You'd be eating if you're in your apartment, you'd be eating if you're in a cabin.
Right.
But
Right.
it's the traveling, the gas, and so forth. But if that works within your budget, you're
Right.
comfortable, you can make ends meet, you're having a great time. Of course, here you come here, you get, free rent. Um,
Right. The official Bill Sklodowski bedroom at the Blue Ridge cabin there. Yes. It still doesn't have my name on it, even though I've probably slept in that bedroom
oh,
more than anybody.
that's what I've been forgetting, to get a
I
plaque
know.
for the
The
door.
plaque on the door. Yeah, even though it's moved, it's gone from upstairs to downstairs now, but that's okay. That's fine. It's all good.
I, you know, this is the opportunity, because I hate to shock you, but honey, we're not getting any younger.
Oh, really?
On the other side.
Oh, really?
And at the end of your life, you don't want to go, wow, you know what? I really should have gotten in my car, just taken off,
Yep.
paid, that little bit of rent and have a
Yep.
blast. So that's what I'm focusing on. Will you regret not doing this, giving it a chance? Okay, do it
Exactly.
a few times. Does it work for you? Great, keep going. If it stretches the budget a little too far, well, you'll make up
Right.
for it.
Right. Right. Money is replaceable. Money is replaceable. Time is not.
Time is not. Yeah.
Time is not. And you
Yes.
read, I read all of these blog posts, people who had not, from like the caregivers, the nurses, the hospice people and all of that.
Mhm.
The number one regret of people getting to the end of their days is that they didn't do enough with the time they had to see and explore and make new friends and do new things and try
Yeah.
crazy stuff, even, whatever.
Yeah. As long as it's safe and you're not hurting anybody, go
Right.
for it.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
can't, I don't want to tell you some of the crazy things I've done and I'm still here.
That's fine. Yeah.
But
Yeah, me
that's what
too. I get it.
that's what it's about. Is it your passion? Is it your joy? Are you being asked to the universe by the universe to go, hey, go explore. You're young, you're healthy, you got the
Right.
money. Go do it. You have no
Yeah.
ties, like I said, it was your choice, you're single and you
Right.
have no kids.
No
So
kids. Yep.
there's none of those big commitments that a lot of
Right.
people have to
Right.
say, well, I wish, yet I've got this.
Right.
You
Right.
got to follow your passion. You got to follow your joy.
We hear that all the time, and I can see so many of my friends rolling their eyes or going, "Yeah, that's easy to say." It is easy to say, but at the same time, it's not as impossible as you think it is because
Absolutely.
have to be. It doesn't have to be that, travel the world in one summer and, start small. Start
Yeah.
with something you can do. We were
Yeah.
talking about that. That seems to be the theme of this show. Focus on the one thing or the small thing that you can manifest and grow and like, okay, now this is
Yeah.
turning into something. So
Yes.
yeah, you're right. I mean, yes, you're right. Is it a final decision? No, on my part, not yet, but it's coming to that. It
Well,
is. And,
You know,
yeah, I've had
maybe get some
ideas.
tour books, no, for the country, touring books and
Sure.
go, oh,
Sure.
this looks like a neat place. And test drive it. Take a week,
Right. Tour
and
books. You're
see,
so
okay.
cute. They have this thing called the internet now.
Oh,
You
they
might,
do?
yeah. But I hear you. I do. And I've done some of those videos. I'm like, the top 10 places to visit in Nevada or what, pick a state, whatever. So yes, I get it. I do. And I think because again, going back to that original thing that I said, no matter where you go, there you are. And
There
I
you are.
think I'm coming to the belief that yeah, I could move somewhere different, but in a year then what? Will I still again feel like I need to move again and again and again? Or I could just stay here and go somewhere for a while for an extended visit and experience that and people and things and stuff and everything. And then yeah. Now, if I do find the place, if I do go, oh my God, this is amazing, I need to live here, okay, I can still do that.
Yeah,
I
pack
know
up your things
all
and
of
head
the
out.
opportunities, all of these options that I have. I'm blessed. I am.
You are.
This is what you would call a first world problem. This is a first world. This is like a, or as I have another friend that says it's an HQP. It's a high quality problem. It's a high,
Oh,
right?
oh,
It's a high
oh, I
quality.
like
I
that.
open the fridge and I have six different kinds of steaks and my favorite
Oh,
beers and my favorites. This is a high quality problem. What to have for dinner? I don't know, but it's going to be good no matter what. So yeah, so again, I don't want people to think, "Oh, Bill, sorry for you. You don't know where to live, whatever." I'm not, that's not the point. The
that's
point
not
is
it.
what are you going to do with the time that you have and how are you going to make the most of it?
Absolutely. And if you have that calling, if you're feeling that energy of, hey, I'm really healthy, I've got the money,
Right.
I've got the car, just go for it.
Just go for it. Just
Go,
do
but
it.
like I said, take a week or two, take,
Right.
little steps, how do babies learn how to walk? They take one little step at a time and the next thing you know, they're running and then you got to chase
Then you
after
got to
them.
chase them.
But it's the same thing. And that's why I
Yes.
tell people, even when I work with them, think of it as a baby step. You didn't know how to walk until you took that first step and then you gain confidence and now, you're walking, you're running, you're hiking. It's the same thing. Take that baby step.
Exactly. Exactly.
Give
Yeah.
it a try. Just let me know where you are. So,
Well,
I
no
can
matter where, it'll have to be somewhere that has internet because I'll be recording this podcast
right,
and doing my computer work online for sure. So yeah,
right.
I'm not. So, people say, are you okay with roughing it? I'm like, baby, for me, roughing it, no Wi-Fi. That's roughing it for me.
That's roughing.
So
That's bad.
uh, that's out in the woods somewhere, and you can, yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Well, so anyway, do any of our listeners care about Bill and his wanderlust problems? No, you might have other things that are, for lack of a better word, kind of nag at your brain that it's
Mhm.
like you should be doing something different in life.
So you're
And
inspiring them by you taking those steps.
that's my point. That's my point is that, start to think about other possibilities. Again, maybe
Yes.
you'd like to make a different decision. It doesn't, like Vicky said, it doesn't have to be all in, all, crazy stuff. You can experiment with things. You can try different stuff. You can be open to see what possibilities are out there.
Yeah,
All of that. So I'm going to
absolutely.
try and live some of our advice here. So we'll see how that
Yes,
goes.
absolutely. Hey, life
Again,
goes
nothing is
real
happening.
fast.
Nothing is happening immediately here because it's too damn cold out there, and I'm not leaving Florida until the weather improves. Doggone it. So
Yeah,
that's my point.
don't attempt coming up our mountain because it's almost solid ice.
Really,
Yeah,
really.
it's
Oh my
bad.
gosh. So yeah, she sent me, folks. This is, you got to understand, Blue Ridge, Georgia, kind of like up there in the mountains, and you don't get a
Mhm.
lot of snow, do you? Or
Not a lot, but when we do, it comes and
I know she texted me a picture the other day of snow all over the mountain up there, and I'm like, holy cow!
yeah, we
Cross
get
that one
snow.
off the list for now.
Well, for
Yeah,
now.
I get it for now. Yeah. So yeah, so you come down to Florida. I'm not gonna say it's nice here. It's still chilly here, but anyway, the weather, who cares? If someone would like, we're coming down to the end of the hour and it's been fabulous. If somebody would like to get in touch with you, Vicki Wagner, for some help with the questions they face in life,
Mhm.
and just to have a good listening ear and someone
Mhm.
who has a ton of experience and insight, and that would
Oh,
be
yeah.
you, how would someone get in touch with you, please?
Well, they can call or text 239-248-0586 or email me at Vicki, Vicki, Wagoner, Wagoner 53 at gmail.com.
And as we
And
said,
how
yours
about
truly,
you?
Bill, is working. Yes, is working hard. Working. In fact, today, as we record this afternoon is going to, I think, be a video recording day from
Oh,
Bill's iPhone tips. So go to YouTube and check on that. It's on that internet thing. You might have heard of it. It's
so I don't
she's
know if I
making a
know how to
face.
spell it, but I'll check.
WWW. She's making a face. I know. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this week. It's been wonderful and fabulous, and so many good lessons no lessons, ideas,
Ideas.
suggestions
Mhm.
in today's show. And if always, we look forward to chatting with you again. If you do have questions or comments or whatever, we are on Facebook. And if you just go to Facebook and put in the search bar, The Practical Path Podcast, you will find our Facebook page, where I promise I'm going to start putting up more stuff. So we'll go from
Good.
there. But until
Right.
then, have a great week. We'll see you next week. My name is Bill Skladowski. I appreciate you being with us.
Yes. And I'm Vicki Wagner, wishing you a great week. And remember, always be your own best friend.